group that does stage combat, as well as DAI, which is Dueling Arts International. So I've gotten certifications with all of those groups. It's a lot of fun. I have friends that they do stage combat and motion capture as their regular job. I don't do as much of that anymore.
Oh, it's a lot
but
like.
I still like it.
I can understand that. It's got to be a lot like what they now do in the movies. Of course, in the old days, there were, they sort of faked it. But in the more recent times in the movies and in TV, everything is so choreographed. The sword fights, the fist fights, the barroom brawls, everything. If you ever get, if the listeners ever get a chance to see it, you'll be amazed at how choreographed they are. Even the most spurious, what looks like a casual ad-lib moment, it's all down to the second. It's an amazing art, and I commend you for being a pro at it. John Bon Jovial, you look like you've got a question on your mind.
Yeah. First of all, Vandi, welcome. It is wonderful to have you here. I want to. I want to kind of, do a little bit of a U-turn here and get back to the music. I don't know if how much of the conversation that you heard that we had with our first guest, Zack Landry, but one of the things that I had mentioned to him was that as a member of this esteemed show for as many years as it has been, it's been a policy that I never get to hear the music until we air it. And so there can be a first impression. And I was listening to I Keep Moving On, and the thing that struck me about it was the absolute simplicity of the composition, which I think is, such a huge asset to this particular song. And I just want to know what you guys were thinking about when you wrote it, when you put it together, and, basically what was going through your head on this.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So the technical side of music is newer to me. When I was younger, I studied voice and piano. I was in band growing up, and so I was studying music. And then when I went to college and to grad school, I was focusing more on the performance side. So I was training to perform live, and I love that part of it. But then I had actually grown up, my aunt and uncle are songwriters professionally, and I had grown up with that around me, but I didn't really choose to do that until later on. And so then during this COVID year, that seemed like the perfect time to be exploring more of the technological side of recording music and learn more about it. So part of the simplicity of the song is because I am learning to do music production at this time. And actually, at the time I recorded this, I didn't actually know how to use MIDI yet. And so what people kept saying, your music sounds live, because I kept saying, no, I recorded at a studio. And I was like, well, of course it does. I play everything and sing it live. And so at the time, I didn't know how to use MIDI at the time because I was just sort of teaching myself everything as I went. And so that's part of why it's a little bit simpler, because I didn't know how to do complicated music production stuff yet. So it is all actually performed live, and it's played all the way through. So it's like you went to hear us play it live at a live venue. And I actually did everything for the track myself, except for the guitar was done by Kevin Nolan of Rude Music Band. He's based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and I met him through my little sister who lives in Nashville. So he played the guitar on the track, and I actually did everything else myself. So that was a challenge for sure. And then also the song, you had asked about what I was thinking with writing this song. And so the song is actually based on something my grandpa says. He said it all growing up. He would say, keep paddling the canoe. And so that phrase just, I think, during this COVID stretch, and it was kind of a difficult year for me also because I had just had a motorcycle accident. I was having some physical issues, and I just felt very stuck in life. And I had all these, performances lined up through the year I was super excited about that got canceled. And I know it's been a very difficult year for so many people. And so this song, I wrote it thinking about how my grandpa always says, keep paddling the canoe. You keep going, you keep doing whatever you know to do. Even in those moments when you don't know what to do, you do what you know to do.
Absolutely.
And so it was actually based on my grandpa and how he, inspires me to always keep persevering no matter what, even through those difficult times.
Vandi, we have, I can't believe we have run through this entire interview already, and we're down to the closing moments. And you have such an exciting story to tell, and we are so glad that you spent a little time with us. Before you go, I got to give you a few moments to do some shameless self-promotion. Tell the folks how they can learn more about you, how they can get in touch with you, get your music, of course.
For sure. Yeah, so if they want all of my links to everything online, if they go to Linktree, so linktr.ee/Vandi Lynnae, which is VandiLynnae, they'll find all my different links in there. I've got press releases and Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever they want to find me. I'm on Reverb Nation. They can go there. I have a Patreon page, so they can find all the different links through there if they want to go to that link tree, but they can also look me up on whatever site. So if they're looking for me, if they just look for Vandi Lynnae, so they go to YouTube or Facebook or wherever, then they can find me that way too.
Absolutely. And you can drop in on our Facebook page, the David Bowers Awards groups page, and post your information there. New releases,
okay,
whatever you're doing that you want to share with your fans and ours, post it on there. We'll pick it up and put it on our other social media pages. That's about it.
Awesome.
We're going to have to run. We thank you so much for being here with us today, and we look forward to your keeping in touch with us and having you come back and visit us again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Vandi Lynnae, and this is her newest, Just One Look.
Staring at the reflections in the tabletop, occasionally glancing up, hoping he doesn't catch me looking. I watch out the window panes every night, and he walks in dead on 9. He's the only reason why I stop by this little bar in Brooklyn. And every time he's near, it's spectacular. Everything I fear disappears. And for a brief moment, I feel no stress, like a shot of happiness. But then he's gone at the stroke of 10, and I'm alone in the city once again. How is my heart so hooked? In a crowded room with just one look, I know it feels the same. I gotta catch his eye, 'cause all it takes is just one look. Just one look. What will it take for you to see I'm over here? Please notice me. Just one look. Just one look. Please look over here. We were meant to be. I know it's true, 'cause every night I look at you, it feels the same, and when you disappear, it's a funny kind of pain. I just wish you noticed me. Just wanna look, I'm begging, please. A shattered timeline of fantasies. I'm losing touch of reality. Often dreaming of what we could be when our eyes finally meet. Reminding myself I don't even know you, but it don't feel the same like a stranger. I know with you that there's no danger. How is my heart so hooked? In a crowded room with just one look, I know we'd feel the gotta catch his eye, 'cause all it takes is just one look, just one look. What will it take for you to see I'm over here? Please notice me. Just one look, just one look. Please look over here. We were meant to be. I know it's true, 'cause every night I look at you, it feels the same, and when you disappear, it's a funny kind of pain. I just wish you noticed me. Just wanna, I'm begging, please. Just one look, oh, just one look.
And there you go, Vandi Lynnae. Just one look for our senior listeners. It bears no resemblance whatever to the old Doris Troy hit of the what was it, late 50s, I think it was, when Doris Troy did a song called Just One Look. But that's the 2021 version of it by Vandi Lynnae, and we thank her for coming by. We thank Zack Landry also for joining us today and making the David Bowers Awards another full hour of music and talk with the artists who make it. John Bon Jovial, I think it's time for you to take us home.
Indeed it is, David. And folks, well, as I say to you every week, you did it again. You spent another perfectly good hour with us here at the David Bowers Awards. And, of course, we are truly, truly appreciative of your attendance. So please be sure to join us next week. The David Bowers Awards is broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in Naples, Florida, and, of course, from the Valley of the Sun in Tempe, Arizona. And we are available for free on most major streaming services, including the new podchaser.com/TheDavidBowers. Follow The David Bowers on Blog Talk Radio, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And join us next week for the David Bowers Awards, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM 106.3 on your FM radio dial. That's Rochester Free Radio. And on Blog Talk Radio, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC. So until next week, for the David Bowers and all of our crew of rejects here at the Radio Ranchero, this is the legendary John Bon Jovial saying, be good to yourselves, wash your hands, keep your distance, and when the appropriate time comes, be sure to give each other a nice long hug, but not just yet. We'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.